My name is Jimmy Jean, and I have Jeffrey here with us with me. We going to speak about the different. We're gonna base this about the great topic of life insurance. Well, personally, I got involved as a life insurance agent because myself I found there was a really great need for it, and also what it has taught me was how to manage my finance. Because when if we're gonna concentrate about me, right, I had a problem managing money. I used to work um, uh, for money, right, and I used to always lose time. Not that I was not making great amount of money. I was a chef. I used to make over $50,000 back in 2014 until this gentleman introduced me to the topic of hey, this he was like actually told me, hey, listen, do you want to make another stream of income? And I'm like, another stream of income? Okay, how do I have to go sell to someone? And I used to hate sell. I didn't know nothing about sell. This guy told me, no, you don't have to go sell to nobody. And he like he cut it very slow. He was like, hey, let's just sit with me, meet me here, and I'll go down and break everything down. And we exchanged number. He called me a couple of times. I was ignoring his call. Every time I seen the call, I sent it to the voice message. Little did I know what the things that I was missing. And I continued with my journey. I was going to work, and something I used to hate, man. And it was one key thing, the scheduling. Every time I see my schedule, and I used to hate that I had to be in somebody's clock, and I was always late, and I was always making mistake in class. I mean, not class, but in at work, because I just hate the thought having authority, somebody have authority over me. Yes, I was a supervisor, and I had to manage a number of people. Every time I did train someone, I never got paid for it, right? But once I really sat down, I like, you know what? Let me just take the time, right, to sit with this person, right? I was making like over 50K, and I didn't know how to use the 50K. I make 50K. I live on 50K, right? So I was living beyond my need. That's one thing that I was lacking of. I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know how to manage my money. Then I actually gave this person a chance, right? And I let him mentor me. Once he mentored me, he actually showed me the foundation of making money, how money work for you, and it was like a mind blow. I like, wow, right? And I didn't really believe in it, and I thought it was like a scam. When you look at it, right, in the United States, everything is a scam. Right? Everything is a scam, right? You go to job, right? You give me somebody your time, and you limit to how much money you can make, right? It's still a scam, right? Even though you go to school, you pay for something, right? And most of the time you don't find a job that actually fit your need, right? And you get yourself in debt and can't really pay that debt off. That's a scam, right? So basically, is for me, when I put everything down to a nutshell, you know, let somebody use you at the same time you use that person. That's how I put it in a nutshell, right? You want to be used, but also use that person. Okay. And then when you start breaking things to me, yeah, I was that was not. It was like too good to be true. And the guy told me like I could make, between $4,000, $5,000 a month, right? I'm like, just helping families out, like too good to be true. I went home, right? It was soaking in my mind, and it's like just like reflect, like going over and over in my mind like a roller coaster. And, I slept on it, still going to work, and I ain't called the guy until a year later. And I felt like, what? I'm gonna give it a shot. And I got ready, right? I sat down with him, and guess what? Um, I went over again. He taught and he showed me over again. I like, what? Let me see if this really worked. So I went, studied, got the license. It took me like three tries to get this license, because I really wanted. I really wanted to sacrifice. I really want to change my family, right? I really want to change my finance. I saw it. I went after it, and now it's doing great for me, right? And when you speak about life insurance, right? A lot of people think about dying. That's not what life insurance is. Life insurance is more than what you typically think what it is, right? So I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna let Jeffrey jump in so Jeffrey can explain the reason why he felt life insurance, right? To become a life insurance agent was very important. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
When it comes to life insurance, it was a no brainer. Um, Jimmy, you ran after me for quite some time, and I had to do my research because I was so accustomed to all these different life insurance agencies promising you the world, and you go through the spiel, and then they're like, "Hey, give me your phone contact list. Everybody in your phone contacts. Let me get them, so we can call them and get them to sign the policy, and then they would get the credit for it, and it was just a bad taste, that it created. So that's why it really took me some time to actually look into life insurance and take it serious. But when I look at life insurance, the main reason why I'm so passionate about it and the position that it puts me in to help families is when you think about the different licenses you can have, right? Real estate license, license to carry a gun, license to drive, license to, drive 18-wheelers and things of that nature. The life insurance license, to me, has the biggest impact on the world, right? On families specifically. And then it also has the biggest impact to close the wealth gap, right? And only someone who has a life insurance license is able and is in position to help families to execute, wealth building strategies such as having life insurance policies. So once I kind of connected those dots, for me, Jimmy, it was like, yo, let's run it. Like, I'm able to help families secure the bag for generations to come. I've been also able to help my own family at the same time. But more importantly, I'm able to build teams and see other people grow and change their life. For example, my little sister, very shy, timid young lady. She decided to take her exam. She failed a couple times and she took it and got her license, and she loves it. She's never had a real job in terms of a 9 to 5. And she probably never will, now that she has a life insurance license, right? Now that she's licensed to sell life insurance, she's in a perfect position. So for me, life insurance is a no-brainer. It's something that could work for somebody who's working a 9 to 5. It's somebody that can work for somebody that's coming right out of high school. It doesn't really require much of a skill set except for being able to have a conversation with someone, ask them a few questions to determine if they qualify or exactly what's the best product for them. And then, from there, you help them out. You put them in a position and pretty much change the life of their family.
Okay, awesome, man. Also, too, what I'm going to pinpoint about having this license, right? Um, even have people that have doctor, right? That's actually have that license, right, and just making crazy money, right? And one thing, um, that I have other people ask me once, I go talk to them. They say, "Hey, how much money you making?" And I tell them, "Listen, it don't matter if I was making $200,000 a year. You could come in because you're network, right? And you just, take off. You know what I'm saying? And just like, you're looking at the NBA, right? You go for a contract, right? For $1 million contract, it's the same way. You could come in, right? Because your network, right? You can make that worth that $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, this license is very, very powerful, and a lot of people do not know that.